Hi everyone, balance patch for the other balance patch we got with the new Rift a couple of weeks ago. So, the earn sprint has been reduced from 2 plus mm to 0, trailing bonus reduced from 7m to 5m, earn runner move speed has been reduced from 3.5m to 2m, earn runner stamina recovery increased from 15% to 25%, earn talking frequency increased from 8 seconds to 6 seconds, earn talking sound distance increased, easier to hear a nearby urn runner. Because the urn is no longer visible on the map, a lot of people have been doing very fast urns completely uncontested. So I guess this is Valve making it more obvious to the enemy team that the urn is being done. The movement speed, the sprint speed nerf, and the sprint speed buff won't be as noticeable if you're behind, I think. The trailing bonus is not that big of a difference, but the thing is, I feel like because of the stamina recovery from 15% to 25%, you will see a lot of people side dash, because side dashing is faster than like normal dashing. And I think you see a lot of people trying to do side dashing to do it faster, quicker. You should try too. It's a fine. I'm not sure how many people are gonna contest it. But, you know, I like it. The urn is basically a mini Sinners. So they probably wanted to have a little bit on average higher contest rate than the Sinner, because you're supposed to run it down to the other part of the map. So I understand what they're doing here. Unstable Rift warning time reduced from 25 seconds to 20. Rift Trooper now have Spirit Resist. Rift Trooper now have Melee Resistance 25. Rift Trooper interval increased from every 0.3 to 0.5. Unstable Rift combat resist hour reduced increased from 20 to 35 meters. Rift Trooper max combat count increased from 12 to 14. If you've noticed, the first Rift Troopers are incredibly weak up until probably the second or the third one. The third is probably the most useful. The troopers can take a objective on their own if they're not contested, but they'll always be contested. Spirit damage completely destroys them, and melee aims does as well, so this makes them slightly harder to kill. The unstable rift warning time reduced. This basically is when the big scream on the when the thing on the screen shows up and tells you that the rift is opening. It will show a little bit later than 25, but now 20 seconds. So I guess it's just to give the team that's trying to get it a little bit more of an edge, and it's I think this is good. And the Rift Trooper now have Spirit Resist is also good, as I said earlier. Rift Trooper interval means that the troopers that will spawn, you get, before they spawned individually at 0 or 0.3, now at 0.5, so the wave will spawn with a slight delay, and I guess this is so they don't all get killed by a single ability when they spawn, for the most part. And yeah, the stable rift combat resist aura has been increased. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. I think the resist aura is... I don't think they should buff it. I think this is probably the perfect change for it. Increasing the size, the radius. I'm stopped. My brain stopped. I had a brain freeze, brain fart. Rift Trooper max combat count increased from 12 to 14. This will be very noticeable if you don't contest it. This is almost a 20% more powerful Trooper wave, Rift Trooper wave, so we'll see how it plays out. Objective bounty split from nearby heroes is from 40 to 30. This means that if you take an objective alone, completely alone, the value of it is lower than if you had any teammates, which is probably because a lot of people have been taking solo walkers, and maybe Valve is not happy with how much value that is, and it probably they want to encourage people to push together. Yeah, this is good, I think. Scores: max health per second reduced from 2.6 to 2.5. This is, I think this is mostly a Calico nerf, and also I Don't think anyone else buys it right now, but okay. Billy Rising Ram tier 3 in spirit scaling reduced from 0.035 to 0.3. 0.03. Rising Ram is still really good. Yeah, it's good they buffed it. Billy scales very good in the late game if they are going spirit. Dolmen damage rescaled from 29 to 26 plus 1 to boon to 26 plus 1.19. So, this is slightly better for the mid game, slightly worse in the early game. Okay. Dolmen crit scaling reduced minus 25 to minus 30. Crit scaling means headshots. So I guess they buffed the end of early game, start mid game bullets, but nerfed the headshot damage. Do dolmens really headshot you that much during the laning phase? They haven't after they added this minus 25 crit scaling reduction to kill gun dolmen. Dolmen 3, Hotel Guest 3 increased from 30 seconds cooldown failure to check out to 15. Yeah, this is much reasonable, I think. 13 was too low. Drifted, bullet damage per boon reduced from plus 0.1616 to plus 0.49. Bloodstained tier 2 reduced from 12% to 11%. Stalker mark cooldown increased from 20 seconds cooldown to 24. Stalker mark tier 2 increased from minus 8 cooldown to minus 12. And Stalker mark still reduced from 2% bleed to 1.5 bleed. This might look like he's killed. I don't think he's killed. He still can go spirit because his first ability does a shitload of spirit damage, and he can also buy toxic bullets because it's the easiest way to proc toxic bullets on a character. So while pure gun is dead, this is basically, he's not gonna be S tier like the best character in the game probably, but he's still gonna be viable, but rather in a more spirity hybrid build. Graves, Jar of Dead, tier 1 spirit scaling increased from 1.1 to 1.16. Jar of Dead now builds up faster from neutral creeps. Grasping Hand immobilizes duration and reduced from 1.5 to 1 seconds. Okay. Grasping Hand tier 3 increased from minus 10 seconds to minus 14 seconds. Big. Essence Stiff now procs from melee hits. Big. Nah, I'm not sure how big it is. It's more consistent. If you get 2 zombies to hit the target and you melee them, you're gonna have Essence Theft on them. Okay. Essence Theft tier 2 now increases max steal target from 3 to 4. Bow Decree tier 1 changed from minus 15 cooldown to minus 50 cooldown 25 ghoul speed. Okay, this is a buff to ult, I guess, in the early game. Bow Decree tier 2 changed from 25% ghoul speed and 22 minus 0.3 time to spawn and then duration. This is a nerf, so they just swapped a little bit of these. Okay, I think hybrid gun Graves is gonna be back because of the buffs to Jar of Dead and the where is it? And this change here, which gives cooldown faster speed, so it will be easier for her to solve lanes. So yeah, I don't think full spirit, but I do think like hybrid is gonna be good. Because remember, her ult is also on a long cooldown. Yeah, I think she's back. She's definitely back. I mean, she's always been there, but like when you get to Ritualist and like Emissary and Archons, she's just her win rate just plummets, and you just get like those Graveses that manage to get value in win matches, but the most part she's people don't usually have problems killing her when she's behind. And slightly mediocre and higher elo. Haze Sleep Dagger tier 2 now applies fixation. Haze Sleep Dagger 2 reduced it from minus 18 seconds cooldown to minus 70 seconds. This is a buff to M1 Haze because they kinda killed the curse build that she has. Her ult cooldown is 160 seconds. Curse Relic is minus 40 damage reduction. There's like not a lot of value to buy it because you need like 3 minutes to actually kill anyone with your ult and curse. So yeah, I mean, I understand why they did it. The character kinda sucks. But he might not suck that much now, we'll see. Holiday, power attack, spirit scaling reduced from 1.5 to 1.05. This is... I don't think she was a problem anymore, to be fair. I think they should have kept this scaling. I'm happy that they didn't nerf the velocity or the charges. But if they have to nerf her, then okay, fine, nerf her like this. Mirage, fire scale tear scaling reduced from 0.17 to plus 13. This devil spirit scaling reduced from 1 to plus 1.6. Jin Mark's cooldown reduced from 3 seconds to 2.75 seconds, and Jin Mark tier 3 cooldown reduced from 1 second to minus 75 seconds. Traveler tier 3 increased from minus 70 seconds cooldown to minus 90 seconds cooldown. And I think Mirage is still gonna be viable because his best build is the one with Echo Sword on Dust Devil on the second ability, because of the burst spirit damage and the dodge that it gives you. Because if you use Dust Devil twice on max level, you can get up to, yeah, you can essentially go bullet immune for like, no, not bullet immune, it's dodge, but you know what I mean. I think like 4-5 seconds, I think, and you also do a bunch of burst, and it's also the best CC because you can, yeah, I mean, I think what Valve are finding out, what Valve think is that Mirage is probably overperforming, but they don't want to kill the Echo build because it's only played at a very high elo. Like, there aren't a lot of Mirages with Echo Sword. Like, I've seen some of them, and they usually don't do well in matches, so they probably assume that nerfing some of these abilities is better because it just lowers his total power. And I still think he's gonna be viable, as I said, because of Echo Sword. So I think it's fine. I like Mirage. Pocket. Affliction duration reduced from 11 to 10 seconds. This isn't that big. It's substantial because with debuff resistance and in like some characters it can become 5 seconds or 6. And that's about it. Save serrated knife tier speed can reduce from 1.9 to 1.0.7. Slice and dice spirit scaling reduced from 1.44 to 1.2. Slice and dice tier 2 reduced from minus 6 spirit reduced to minus 4. Bloodletting reduced from increased from 20 seconds to 25 seconds, the cooldown I mean. Bloodletting increased from minus 10 seconds to minus 15 seconds. Bloodletting damage cleared reduced from 35 to 30. Bloodletting tier 2 damage cleared increased from 35 to 40%. Killing blow health threshold reduced from 20 to 19. Killing blow tier 3 health threshold increased from 8 to 10. These are, everything is a nerf, obviously. The biggest thing you should take out away from this is that they want less base damage on their abilities, and they want you to upgrade your abilities more. And this is basically like they want you to upgrade your ult more, so you don't get the full value of it. It's basically this. They want you to upgrade your abilities more and less powerful base stats. Silver, Lycan Curse. How is the character gonna perform now? I think somewhat similarly. It would be very dependent on how well his early to mid game is. Yeah, but I don't think he'll have like the best early game like he had previously. Silver, Lycan cooldown is run from 80 seconds to 60 seconds. Yeah, this 80 seconds thing basically completely killed the character. And 60 seconds is again too much, but it's less, so she'll probably do a slight comeback. Nah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really like how her gameplay feels. And now with the ult having a cooldown, I think it kind of defeats the purpose of having an ability that requires you to do damage to fill it. So you can fill, like, essentially filling the bar so you can use it. But I don't know, like 60 seconds feels like it's probably balanced because the character is really good if it's lower, but it also, I feel like it doesn't really fit the character to have such long cooldowns. Valve has to figure it out. Valve, Victor, soaking animating cooldown jumped from 275 to 240. Victor is completely back. This is basically pre-nerf Victor. I think if you max cooldown reduction on Victor, you can now have 100 seconds on his ult with all cooldown items in the game, or like the ascended cooldown only. Yeah, I think. Victor is completely back. Get ready for Victor. Viscous. Platter, tier 3 training reduced from 1.1 to 0.9. They do a lot of damage in my lobby, so I guess. I think they're fine. It's fine, whatever. The amount of flying slash range reduced from 20 meters to 26 meters. Flying slash tier 3. Yamato, flying slash range reduced from 28 meters to 26 meters. Flying slash tier 3 charge delay increased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. And flying slash tier 3 ally targeting now requires alt cast input. I am happy that they have not removed the charges on Yamato's second ability, because it's funny and it's fun as hell. I understand that they needed to nerf it because it's really good to have so many charges, but I don't care. I love that having multiple slashes on that Yamato. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. Take care and much